The Media Resource Specialist at Edens Elementary. This is a video tutorial about TweetDeck, and what I'd like to do is give you a little bit of information about TweetDeck and then show you how to set up an account and also show you some of the features of TweetDeck. First of all, TweetDeck is a social network dashboard that helps you track and manage your social interactions. TweetDeck was originally a third-party Twitter client, but then Twitter acquired TweetDeck in May of 2011, making TweetDeck the official Twitter desktop client. TweetDeck uses a system of columns to help you navigate between content from multiple accounts or filters. TweetDeck gives the Twitter experience more flexibility and allows advanced users to gain some pretty valuable insight to what's happening at this very moment on Twitter. TweetDeck is currently available as a desktop app, a web app, or a Chrome app, and it can be downloaded at TweetDeck.com. So let me show you what that actually looks like if we go out to the internet here and type in TweetDeck.com. This is what your page is going to look like. So if you have a Mac, you can obviously download here. Or if you're on a PC and you want to get the Chrome app, you can do that right there. Now, since I already have the TweetDeck loaded on my MacBook, what's going to happen here when I ask to download the app, it's going to open it in the App Store, but then it's also going to give me the message that it's already installed. So what I'm going to do is just close out these windows and go down to my dashboard down here and go ahead and open up TweetDeck. So when you open up TweetDeck for the first time, what you're going to see is a window that opens up that looks like this. And what it's going to ask you to do is add your Twitter account. At the time, currently, I just have one Twitter account attached with my TweetDeck. Obviously, if you have multiple Twitter accounts, you can add them all in there. And to do that, you're just going to click on the button that says Add Twitter Account. At that point in time, you're just going to type in your username or email for that Twitter account and the password. And then you're going to click on this button right here that says Authorize the app. And what it's doing is just telling Twitter that it's okay to access that Twitter account and put it in TweetDeck. So let me cancel all of that because I don't have another Twitter account that I want to add to my TweetDeck at this time. If you click on the General button, you can look at some settings that you can change for Twitter. I suggest leaving everything the way it's defaulted. When you click on the Services button, you have a couple of options here. First of all, the TweetDeck itself will automatically shorten your URLs that you put in a post or a tweet or an update, or you can choose to use the Bitly program to do that if you have an account with them, or not. It will still use the Bitly shortening. You can also choose to use a particular program for your picture uploads, or just leave it as it's defaulted with Twitter. And these are some of the options that you have with YFrog, TwitPic, MobiPicture, TwitGo, and IMGLY. It's strictly your preference to what you decide to do with your picture uploads. I'm going to leave it defaulted with Twitter for the picture upload, and I've changed it to use Bitly for my URL shortening. If you go into the global filter button, what you can do is you can use this maybe to filter out some tweets by typing in a word, let's say, that you don't really want to see coming up in your feeds, and so it filters that out. So basically, just leave your general settings the same. You can add your Twitter accounts here on this button, and you can also add your Facebook accounts if you choose to do that. And then with your Services button, you can choose your link shortening program and your picture upload program. So let me close out of the settings box. Now, what you see when you first open up a TweetDeck account is it's going to populate 3 columns to begin with. The home column, the me column, which is actually your at column, which populates with all of your mentions. My Twitter account here is at Perrette02, so what you see showing up in this column are tweets where I have been mentioned. And then the third column that it will open up as defaulted is an inbox column, and those are some direct messages to you on your Twitter account. Okay, so what I want to tell you though is when you first open up a TweetDeck, you may see these columns fill in and they may be blank, so it may take a while for the feeds to all fill in. So don't panic and think there's something wrong. It will take a little bit for them to populate. Now, once you've set up your TweetDeck account and once you get your columns populated here, what you can do is you can add some different columns to make this TweetDeck a more usable program for you. You can add different columns in different ways. First of all, if you want to add a column of someone that you would like to follow, you can click on, it's not going to do that. You can click on that particular person's name and a box is going to open up. You have different options you can choose from here. You can look at their tweets, you can look at their mentions, their lists, their timeline, and their favorites. You can choose to follow this person. This is Melanie Burford, another media resource specialist in McKinney, and I'm already following her, so that's why that button says that. So if you want to add a column that just shows her tweets, we can click on this button here, and what it's doing is populating a column here with all of Melanie's tweets, and then if I want to add that to my TweetDeck, I'm going to add a column here, and what it's done is it's thrown in a column here on the end that just shows Melanie's tweets. Now you can do the same thing with a particular group that you like to follow. I like to follow many different groups, one of which is Libraries and Learning. So if I click on the Libraries and Learning, I can again add a column by clicking on this tweet button here, and this is going to show me all of their tweets just in one column. Or if you would like to just choose all of the tweets where they are mentioned, you could add a column with that in it. So there's different options and different columns that you can put in your TweetDeck. Finally, let me show you a few things about the tweets that are within each of these columns. Let's suppose if I want to see a few more details on this particular tweet, I can click on the word details and it opens up a window that gives me all of the information here, and it gives me some control buttons down here at the bottom. This button here, this little arrow button, is used if you want to reply to this particular tweet. If I click on it, it's going to open up a window where it populates it with that particular Twitter account, and then you can type your response to this tweet. This next button is for retweeting it. So you've liked what this person has said, so you can retweet it. Now you have the option of just retweeting it as it is, or you can click this button here that says edit and retweet. And what you can do is you can take some information out or add some information to it before you tweet. You have to obviously watch down here. Sometimes when you do that, you have to get rid of some things because obviously there's not enough room to do any more tweeting, because when it says -9 down here, that means that you're past the 140 characters that are allowed. You can also favorite this tweet, and if you click on that, it's going to put a little star in a little corner here, a little colored in corner on this tweet, which shows that it's a favorite of yours that you could actually search and find to go back to. I'm going to unfavorite that for now. If you click on the More button, it does open up some other options. You can tweet to that particular user. You can unfollow them, you can send them a direct message, or you can add or remove them from your list. There's different options that you can use with that More button. So if we go back to go back to that feed, I'm going to click this back button up top. Now you'll notice too, I don't necessarily have to click on the Details button to get those controls. I still see them when I hover over that particular tweet, and they only appear as you hover over each one of them. Now real quick, just to send out a tweet from TweetDeck, if you click on your Compose button up here, it's like a box with a quill pen in it, that's going to open up a box where you can compose your tweet. And obviously, once you start typing your tweet, it counts down here and shows you how many more characters you have to type before you can't type anymore, because obviously you should know that you can only type 140 characters when you're typing a tweet. Now you can also insert pictures in your tweets, and this button right here will take you to an upload window, and you can upload from your computer. You can also choose to send out tweets at different times. You can schedule tweets, and that would be clicking on this clock button down here at the bottom. So you can choose a day and then a time that you'd like to send that tweet out. This is good for business purposes. If you're connecting with people in another country, you want them to see this tweet in a timely manner, and it may not necessarily be the time that you're sending it out. Let's say you want to send it at tomorrow morning. You want somebody in England to see this tweet, and so that's going to be different than our 10 a.m. obviously, so you want to change the time so that you can send it out at that time. Or you can just leave it the way it was. Okay, the last little button over here is for direct messaging, and that kind of changes the window here. It opens up another little field at the top here, and if you start typing in someone's name, it's going to populate and give you choices of the people that you're following there. So now you can direct message that person, and then the message that you're typing in the next window below it is going to be a direct message to that person, and then you can click on send. Okay, well I hope you've gotten some good information from this tutorial. You can refer to the PDF that's associated with this video tutorial for some more information on setting up an account and some other features of using TweetDeck.